We got 6 downspouts. This one's going to be ran 3.5 inch. 3.5 inch. Going to take it this way. This is the septic field, so you don't want to put a pop-up in the field. You know, we want to get it out here. So we have one there. It's responsible for a lot of water, guys. So all that roof right there and this here, all that roof is on that one. All of it. So it gets a 3.5, but as soon as you join this one, see that gutter run? Look at that trough. A lot of water. So run this, wire these two together to a 4-inch pipe, run that 4-inch pipe out here, you know, just get it away from the house. All right, I want to show you everything the guys are doing here. They got a 3.5-inch line. This downspout, look at all that water. Look at that roof. All of it goes to that downspout. So this gutter trough just falls right into this gutter trough. So all this roof is on this downspout. So it's a 2x3. He is going to go up to a 3x4 downspout when he redoes the gutters, but we ran the 3.5. It's going to work great for that. It's going to work great for that. I did the math. Right here we got another 3.5 off this corner. We got the same scenario where we have a lot of roof. So there's a long gutter trough. You can see this long gutter trough. A lot of roof up here. So we're picking up all that water on a 3.5. Now we're wiring it into a 4-inch. Always use a 4-inch Y when you do this. 2 3.5-inch lines going to a 4-inch line. You want the Y fitting to be 4-inch. I've seen guys make this mistake where they'll use a 3.5-inch Y 2 3.5s together, and then come out to a 4-inch. And you don't want to do that. You choke it down if you do that. We got one catch basin right there. That's going to be Aces. We got this 4-inch main. Right here is another 3.5. They got pretty deep. You can tell by all the dirt alongside the trench. Now, this is not a French drain. This is a roof runoff system. Everybody says, well, why are you putting the dirt back in? Well, it's a solid pipe. That's why. This is not a perforated pipe, nor is this a French drain system. This is a roof runoff system. So the guys went under the sidewalk with the 3.5. So much easier to do that. So much easier. So we have the Pro Kit. We got the 4-inch riser with the 4-inch, not quite a 90. It's on that perfect slope. We take it right under the walk. We continue that perfect slope. We go right into this catch basin. You can see the guys had to dig through a mound right here. We want to get that water out of here. We don't want to dump that water right here. Now you got an area in the front yard that you have a water problem. We want to get this water far away from the house. They were getting water in their basement, and it really was all because the way the roof runoff water was pouring around the foundation. Gutters were pouring over. You got to be careful. The roof runoff system that your landscaper is going to give you typically is always going to suck and fail. Honestly, people are like, are you ever worried that in the area that you service, you're going to fix all the houses to the point to where you're not going to have any more work? And I said, no, because there's dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of landscapers screwing yards up every day and putting in really lousy roof runoff systems. It's job security in our business. But I try to teach. I mean, anybody can watch these videos. They're available to the public. Beautiful, beautiful work. Everything's sloped real nice. And I can't say enough about how methodical the guys were when they laid this out. This pop-up is now, think about this. This pop-up, once it's set, it's sticking up right now, but once it's set, is below 95% of all this. So this little bit here will hold a little water after it moves the bulk water. And because we do not tape, no tape, do not tape that pop-up. Leave it just like that. Put a bunch of pea stone around here. After the rain, a little bit of water left in the end of that line will leach away into the subsurface soil. So we just got these. They're 4 to 3.5s. We're going to start using them. Just wanted to bring this to everybody's attention. 3.5 to 4 reducers. This is a really easy part. You cut a piece of 4-inch. You only get like 7 of the ribs and valleys. Just get 7 of the ribs. Go ahead and snap it on. 3 of those ribs will go in here. 3 of the ribs will go, say, in a Y fitting. Now you're going to stick your 3.5 inch in the end of the reducer. Look at that. No pins, no drilling. Click real quick. And that hold is forever. So look at this downspout. Now this here, this is flat. I mean flat all the way to the road. You can take it all the way to the ditch. If you go all the way to the ditch, you will finally reach a level where you can empty the pipe, but that's just too far. So the men went ahead, went under the walk, got to the side lot where we have a ton of fall. Beautiful system. Absolutely pointless to run it out. And this is a septic field, so you don't want to dump your roof runoff system in your septic field. You want to get that water away from the field, get it outside of the field. Again, this is a roof runoff system. It's not a French drain system, so that's why there's dirt that's just going to go right back in, and that's why there's no stone. So if this was a 4-inch line that ran across the front of this house with no catch basin right there, it would plug. The shingle gravel would pile up there and it just plug. That 3.5 is going to flow a lot of water from that downspout. This one catch basin does 2 downspouts. So we went to our 2.25 gallon catch basin. That's the big boy right there. So that we can hold shingle gravel from 2 downspouts. You cannot miss on how you leave somebody's property. The guys are cleaning up. Look at this. It's amazing. Incredible. They take a blower and they fluff the grass back up when they're done. You always want to pull all the flags from the utilities being marked.
If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. It supports the channel. If you have any questions about yard drainage, leave them in the comments section. I'm your host, Robert Sherwood, and until the next video.